Let's take it straight to the big news right now. And the Supreme Court of India has put a stay order on the Allahabad High Court's verdict on the disputed Babri Masjid site in Ayodhya. Now, the Supreme Court has said that the Allahabad High Court has given relief that was not sought by any of the contesting parties. Reports quote the Supreme Court saying that the partition of the site into three parts was not demanded by the petitioners. So the sum of the order is we are back to the earlier status quo on the dispute. The Supreme Court has stayed the Allahabad High Court's verdict on the Ayodhya dispute, saying that there will be no division of the Ayodhya land till a further order, and right now status quo needs to be maintained. Well, let's understand what this means going forward. We've got Supriya Srinath joining us from Delhi. For more on that, Supriya, take us through what next from here on.
It's interesting what the court said today. Let's actually paraphrase some of what the bench said about the Allahabad High Court verdict. This is really the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court verdict. The judges said that it was a rather strange and surprising verdict that the Ayodhya High Court had given. No three parties involved. And in this case, we are referring to the Hindu Mahasabha through the Ramlala Trust, the Nirmohi Akhara, and of course the Sunni Waqf Board. None of the three litigants had actually asked for partition of that land. They had asked for a clear verdict of what happens to the disputed site. They had not asked for partition of the land, something that the Allahabad High Court went ahead and did proactively, and so it's going to be difficult to put that judgment into operation. It's a title suit for 2.7 acres of the disputed territory in Ayodhya that one sect claims belongs to the site of Lord Ram, and the other sect believes it is indeed the Babri Masjid that was demolished in 1991. But away from all of that, what this essentially means is that status quo will be maintained till the proceedings go on in the Supreme Court. There will be no division of land. There will be no site built. There will be no claim that any of the three litigants in this case, again referring to the Sunni Waqf Board, the Hindu Mahasabha and the Nirmohi Akhara, can claim to that site. Status quo maintains. There will be a puja that was ongoing since 1991, will carry on, but nothing can happen on the disputed site while the pending proceedings get on its way in the Supreme Court here in New Delhi.
Right, Supriya, we do know, of course, that the Supreme Court started really hearing that case from today. That's Monday. They have, of course, asked for status quo to be maintained. When are we expecting the next hearing or the proceedings to go further?
There's still no word on that. I think the lawyers did come out and say this is going to be a fast-track case that will be put into practice. So one doesn't know when is the next hearing, but one knows for a fact that this really marks, it's an 8-decade-long title suit. One did think that, the three parties, the three litigants involved would adhere to the judgment that the Allahabad High Court had given. But we know that the Sunni Waqf Board had moved Supreme Court just 2 weeks after that judgment was pronounced. So there was, in any case, never going to be a final judgment for the Allahabad High Court. The Supreme Court is really the final ground. Once the proceedings begin here, once the title suit is undertaken here, will there be a final order? When will that happen is perhaps anybody's guess. It took 50 long years for the Allahabad High Court to pronounce a judgment. We're wondering what the Supreme Court in New Delhi does.